Felix is the co-founder of one of the largest crypto communities in Thailand. He's the leading cryptocurrency advocate for real-life payments in the cryptocurrency of Dash. He is focused on business development and partnerships. With Dash Thailand, he has established the first crypto payment ecosystem in Asia. Felix published the Bitcoin Handbook, is the co-founder of Futuro and the Block Tech Institute. Felix is a fan of DeFi, and he is constantly aggressively promoting the mass adoption of cryptocurrencies and decentralized businesses. In fact, earlier this year, just when before people were, promoting about DAOs was a sexy thing. He was promoting about helping people understand about DAOs as well. When did DeFi catch your attention?
Absolutely true, and this, I also see it a bit that way because we're from Dash, right? We have a DAO running since 2014, so I would argue, we are like one of the first really Bitcoin guy, DeFi guys, pushing really hard for people to have their own finance, to control their own finance, to be their own bank, all of that. Nonetheless, when 2020 started, I saw a lot of change, especially with a lot of DAOs coming up. So I think there is a lot happening. And if you take it from a product consumer perspective, I always try to compare it with my first trading account back in 1998 in the internet bubble, with a crazy, a normal bank account. But you had all these options trading possibilities. You could go short, you have so many things that really took a while for any blockchain kind of product to be a normal. And I think this is what makes DeFi, so crazy interesting. And I have to agree with you as well, Jason. It took me a while to click what is happening now, because I think 2020 really made a jump in terms of products and stuff people can use. And if you look at the old banking world, there's a lot of products that have been invented and that, it just took some time to bring them into blockchain. But, all this yield farming, I kind of see it a bit like it's in the financial crisis, we call it cocoa bonds, right? Where you take that and then you rebundle it and you rebundle it and the banks sell it to each other. And now we can do that stuff with, from me to you and earn a buck. So it's super interesting. And I have to say also, it's the first time since probably 2017 that I have this, this super excited feeling of this little boy in a candy shop, because there's so many things to learn, it's really, in order to get to that level of where DeFi is now, you have to sit down, you have to know about financial markets, and you should not just start it without reading a lot first.
How is the awareness of DeFi in Thailand right now? Over there.
Yeah, just to be clear, our focus really is all Asia and even all global, especially for building partnerships and doing marketing for Dash. But what I can say and what I've read a couple of times in the last week, and I think this is very, very true. DeFi right now is a space for a very, very limited number of usually white. Maybe we're here in Southeast Asia Blockchain Week, so at also Asian, so white, Asian, male, kind of like a tech elite who is really talking to themselves and largely, I would argue, so it's it didn't find much echoing outside of DeFi. Now as prices going up, suddenly more people are coming to look what it is and getting curious and kind of want to get in. I think that's what I've seen that a couple of times before in blockchain, and I don't wonder about that, but there's a huge gap from this. We are super early adopters and look into it, and we're investing in these coins, and and the main reason why I'm personally doing this is because I just can't get enough of it. I wake up, I even dream of that stuff right now, because I'm just, I'm too deep in this candy shop and there's too much candy for me to try. So, I can't stop it. But on the other side, there is still, look at the usability of everything DeFi. If I take an average user, it's already super hard. If I take somebody like, I don't know, my mom who just learned to use online banking, it's so next level that I can't even explain to her anymore what I'm doing, all day long. So
No,
there's a
yes.
huge gap, and I think I have even no idea how long we need to bridge that gap. I feel now we're in DeFi, and for me, blockchain and all that stuff we talked about in 2017 is kind of so far away already. I feel we will create the same situation with DeFi, but an order of magnitude higher.
How do you, as educators in the space, how do you help people to differentiate between what is a legit experiment and what is actually a money grab? Maybe let's hear from Felix first. How do you help people to, in the DeFi space, to differentiate between what is a legit experiment and what is a money grab?
You know, 6 months ago, I was advising a project that tried to go live, and we were figuring out a token price, right? And they were obviously they wanted to get money from investors. I was strongly advising them against going any ridiculous evaluation beyond like something between $3 to $5 million for a project that does not really have a product, does not have users or anything. I found it actually already too high, and I think for the last 2 years most projects failed who were too greedy, right? Last week I was looking for any projects with a market cap below $12 million and try to find that in DeFi right now. And, you need around 1.5 to 3 minutes to reach your 12 million evaluation in these times, right? So let's be very clear, everybody who's investing in that space, it's a very high space. It's not really about having sustainable companies at this point, as I see it. It's like none of these evaluations are justifying the returns for, like, in terms of business plan or business case any of these projects have at this moment. It's yet they have high potential. We are all dreaming about what this stuff can do, and at the same time, it's crazy revolutionary. What other industries we could potentially make obsolete with all these products. So there's a bit of a gap, right? And I mean, I think if you look in history with any hype cycles, there is only so much time a hype cycle can go on, and then stuff will go back to reality, right? So if you are willing to throw your money in that, be sure you can use it. And as always in life, if you have the potential to get really high returns, the risk is extremely high, and this is why, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous to cry about that somebody lost money in YAM, right? Because you know it, and you shouldn't have played with money you couldn't lose in the first place. So I think this counts for all of the projects, and I'm hyped, and I try to look at the teams, look at the project, look at the business case, look at what from what old industry does it take something away, and there you can see some potential in these projects, right? But then again, we are in a hype cycle, and be sure that most of the stuff is very, or might be very expensive right now, and might have a big chance to go down a lot.
We have just about 2 minutes, left, before we end the session. I'd like to spend this last 2 minutes, to give a shout out to each and every one of you, opportunity to basically let the community know a little bit more about what you do and how they can be more active. What you do, Felix. You run a Dash community. In Thailand. Is one of the largest, most active, most loud, most vibrant communities out there. What are you working on, and how can the community listening in right now from Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia help you?
Thanks for giving that opportunity. In fact, we just launched in the Philippines. We have launched Dash Philippines, so with the remittances use case and educational use cases, also bringing people for the upcoming Dash Evolution release. So we're working on many angles. Number one is the new release, Dash Evolution. Number two is merchant adoption and payment adoption for everything crypto payment. And the third one is because DeFi is getting where it is, and there's many great companies to partner up with. For me, I really want to get more in this space, so I'm really looking into the possible to bring Dash into DeFi by building bridges. We have in the last year made a great actually exchange and trading strategy where we went around and built partnerships with most of the big centralized exchanges to have our feature called Instant Send integrated. So now what you can do is send Dash not only from wallet to wallet, but also from exchange wallet to exchange wallet within seconds. So you can send Dash without waiting for any block confirmations. That means for, for trading, sending money back and forth, for different trading pairs or whatever, it's really a cool option. And I would like to transfer that value also into DeFi. You can send Dash, you will spend less than a cent for a transaction, and it will arrive in around 1 second. So I think that's a very nice value proposition. On the protocol level, we have done a lot in terms of security. So I'm happy if anyone reaches out to me to build partnerships. You can reach me on Twitter, Felix Mago, MAGO _Dash, or on LinkedIn, Felix